Hi. A spiritual transformation often feels like a mini death. It actually is. The death of the old self and whatever it held and represented. To explain this metamorphosis like change, various spiritual traditions have used different analogies and symbolisms. One of these is the myth of Phoenix. According to the story, Phoenix, the legendary bird, lives for at least 500 years or so. And when the cycle ends, it gathers aromatic branches, builds a nest, and ignites it, and deliberately enters it, thereby voluntarily perishing in the flames. Then, from the ashes, a new phoenix rises, a younger, transformed, and beginning again. So, what does this myth encodes here? It states that every transformation requires a death. Not a literal one, but the death of who you were, the old identity, the old story you told about yourself, the old wounds you organized your life around, the old version that kept you merely surviving instead of thriving. And this is not just a metaphor, it is one of the most precise descriptions of what genuine transformation feels like from the inside. The terrifying dissolution of everything familiar, everything known, everything that previously felt like the self. The symbolic fire destroys only what was not real enough to survive it. But there's also an in between phase of the story no one talks about. Between the burning and rising, there is a time of being nothing but ash. This is the loss that hasn't yet become wisdom, the grief that doesn't yet make sense, the emptiness after the collapse when the old self is gone and the new one has not yet arrived. The mystics have called it the dark night of the soul, the alchemists called it calcination. It is the most necessary part of the cycle. The fire has done its work, but the rising has not yet begun. You are in a space what Carl Jung called the breakdown that precedes the breakthrough. And this is an extremely important phase that has to be navigated through compassion, patience, and trust. The burning that you have survived dismantled a version of you that could not have grown further. The phoenix does not understand the fire while it is burning. Understanding comes later in the rising, looking back at the ash, recognizing that what was destroyed was actually what needed to go. So, what is possible can arise. Adios.